Good morning and welcome to Made for Greatness on Mixed FM, the only station that's got you a beautiful Sunday morning. You're live with myself, Cubase, and Raynell in the studio once again. Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, first I'm supposed to greet me. My manners, I left them in the club last night.
It's fine.
How's the weekend been?
It was great, man. It was great.
Okay.
Can't complain.
So, if of course we welcome you guys back, the usual or the regular listeners of the show, and we welcome the newcomers. We basically try to motivate and inspire, especially the younger ladies, to just be the best versions of themselves, because these are the people, the mothers of tomorrow. Basically, that's not all they're gonna be, but they are gonna be there too. So we must get them prepared for it. Now, for the show for this week, we're doing something a bit out of the ordinary. Last week in the newspapers, there was a report on, I think, about 4,000 dropouts from high school, teenage dropouts due to teenage pregnancy. 4,000, and we are just on day, I think, 106 of this year or something like that. Oh, no. Or am I right? Am I wrong? No, I think 160 something. And already 4,000 dropouts.
Yeah.
That means there is a serious problem. And Raynell, who is of course part of the demographic, is we're gonna pick your brain a little bit about this particular thing and just see if we can help somebody avoid the pitfall, because obviously it's prevalent if so many people are dropping out because of pregnancies.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really blame people about the whole teenage pregnancy thing. But then, I think these factors that also contribute to that, these social media things, because I mean, also the victims, not the victims, the people that already had kids at the young age, they don't really talk about the hardships about it. They just flaunt about the good things about being a mother, a young mother on social media and all that. So they don't give the insight on how things really are hard as being a teen mom. You see,
these are people who are going out to seek a little bit of further education or information with regards to teen pregnancies, and this is what they see on social media. Then maybe shouldn't it be that the solution should come from home? Shouldn't that education start at home before you go seek information and get the wrong information from out there?
Yeah, partially I would also really blame the parents, because they don't really educate their kids like at school from home. Because that's where the best education comes from. Not really from school, not from the streets. That's not where the best education comes from. It comes from the parents. But then we also have this problem that parents don't really feel comfortable with talking to their kids about the whole sexual things and the whole pregnancy things. Because I mean, some parents are also have also gone through that, but then they don't talk about what hardships they've faced with the kids, or how hard it was, whatever. They just talk about, no, don't go out, don't do this. You can't really stop people from going out, especially young teens. They're supposed to enjoy their life so that they know or learn things from the outside life,
yes, exactly,
which is not inside home. So, but then you can't stop kids from not having sex, from not going out to the clubs, to whatever, and then meeting people, and then they end up doing whatever. So you can't stop that. The only thing
you're not gonna be there all the time to
Exactly.
be able to tell them not to do it. So you have to empower them with the knowledge to make the right choices, the right decisions when they are faced with this issue.
So the best thing to do is just educate them about the whole issue. Yeah, that's the best way.
We're talking about the very high teenage pregnancy rate, especially amongst school-going children in this country. Right, we did touch on where some of the blame, of course, can be placed, although it's difficult to pinpoint any one place where you can go to identify where the problem is. So Raynell, you yourself became a mother at a very young age. What are some of the hardships that you face as a teenage mother?
I can't really say there are hardships. The same hardships that I faced will be the same hardships that other people face, because sometimes I had a support system. I had my family behind me. I have my baby daddy behind me. So some kids or some people don't really have that advantage,
which makes it much harder.
Yes. So but it's a major setback with everything that you want to do. It's a major setback. It can be at school, can be work, can be whatever. It's a major setback because you have to stay home in order to nurture the child, and that's also already wasting time. You see, that's time wasted. But then also you can also some people also have the the problem of not having the father around. So, ladies, okay, women empowerment, yes, you have to be strong, whatever, but then women try to deny the fact that when the child's father is not there, it's not a problem. They feel like, no, it's not a problem, I can raise my child. You don't know, for you it's fine, but then for the kid, it's a big damage to the kid, because the kid needs both the mother and the father there.
So how 4,000 teenage pregnancy dropouts in 160 something days of this year already. How do we reduce that number?
Okay, I think since previously we have spoken about not being able to prevent it, so the only way we can do is educate. So that's one way. So you need to educate your kids from home. It can be a girl, can be a male, doesn't matter. Just educate them from home on what they need to know. I know parents are a bit not shy. They're just, reserved when it comes to those things. They don't want to talk about it with their kids. Who's going to talk about it with them? Teachers also don't want to talk about it. So why wouldn't you want to talk about it with your kids?
Where is your kid going to learn if they don't learn it from you?
That is the best.
Do you think the person who's going to teach them has your kid's best interest at heart? Especially when they are the ones educating your kid on sex. All right. We covered a lot of things on the show for today. Very interesting. You can, of course, leave your comments, like I said, on our social media pages. You check out the video. You can holler at us and we'll holler back at you. For now, I think let's just wrap it up quickly. From you, what advice would you give? Firstly, let's start with the parents.
I would just say the same thing. Educate your kid about certain things that you don't want them to make a mistake on. Yeah. So, because let's just say nobody has the best interest of your child at heart. So you have the best interest. You'll know in which direction you want your child to go in.
Yeah.
So try and educate them and tell them, be open with your kids, man. Don't hold information in. We want to know, we want to hear from you. Be my best friend and tell me what I need to know. You see, it's better that way, because when they go out there and then they learn from people already with the wrong mindset about the whole life, who are already messing up their life, it's gonna be a problem. Don't let them be lied to or manipulated in things. Alcohol, it can be alcohol, can be clubs, can be sex, whatever. Don't let them be manipulated in those things. Teach them from home so that when they go out there, they'll be like, no. When somebody tells them about a certain thing, they'll be like, no, my mom taught me this and I believe in her. I believe in what she said. Or my dad told me this and I believe what he said. You see? So it will be good for both male and female. You need to teach them from home. And also try and don't be too controlling over your kids, because the more you control them, the more you make them so
more rebellious they become.
Like, what is my mom trying to stop me from getting to know? I want to know. You see those things. So give them the freedom that they need with the right education that they also need. Yeah.
Trust that you are raising, the right kind of child, and that they are going to make the right choices because you've given them all the information that they need. And it's a difficult conversation, especially for your kids. Can you imagine your child coming to talk to you about sex? So if you are being awkward and not forthcoming, it makes it even more difficult for them.
Yeah.
But anyway, advice for the young ones?
Life is there. Sex is there. It will never change. It will not run away. It will always be there. I'm not saying abstain. I'm not going to say that. But also get the right information, get the right education about the whole things that you are trying to engage in. You see? Try and live the best life that you want your child somehow to look up to and learn from. Yeah.
All right.
And focus on the important things always.
This has been very, very interesting, man. All right, let me just quickly give my 2 cents also before we step out of the studio.
Please.
To the teenagers especially. All right, like your teenage years, you're supposed to be trying to find who you are. All these things are not going to go anywhere. Your parents went to the club, their parents went to the club, their parents went to the club. It was different forms of clubbing, but it was still hanging out and partying. These things are not going to go away. You're not going to miss out on anything spectacular if you wait a little longer. So, before you jump in, like they say in Oshuambo, you don't test the river with both feet. The depth of a river. You must only a little bit first. Don't just jump in and then end up, because some of the mistakes that you make are going to stick with you for the rest of your life.
That's right.
And to the parents, I would say, as much as we lose our heads at what the youth is doing, and all these things that we consider crazy that they are getting into, it's us that they're imitating. It's the negativity that we feed them that they are just bringing out. So we need to change as well. Instead of trying to force it upon them, we need to show them the example of what we would like them to be. But anyway, let me not preach, man. It's a Sunday and I need to get home because the show is finally over.
Yes, it's over. No, it's not finally. What do you mean? Are you happy? I'm not happy. I have more points I need to speak about.
All right.
I'm joking.
We're going to keep those for next week. All right. Make sure you always catch it every Sunday morning here on the only station that's got you. Thank you very much, Renelle, for coming in once again.
I'm always happy to be here.
All right. Mm-hmm. You can also follow her and post your questions to her directly on Instagram, on Facebook, on what is the other one with the
Twitter, on Snapchat. I'm lying, not Snapchat.
Snaptalk, on Timeface. What? Yo, there are too many things I can't keep up anymore. I'm just playing, man.